One out. Man on second. Bottom of the seventh, 2 balls, no strikes. Roughing checks the runner on second. Gets the side from Dickey. Roughing stretches. Roughing pitches. Caught the inside corner, steal. Right one. Out of take. One out. Man on second. Bottom of the seventh, 2 balls, 1 strike. Roughing checks the runner on second. Gets the side from Dickey. Roughing stretches. Roughing pitches. Low and outside. Ball 3. Come on, Red. All the time, Red.
Please, my head is splitting. I hold that boy 109 times. Eugene! Stop banging the wall!
In a minute, Bob. This is for the World Series. One out. Man on second. Bottom of the seventh, 3 balls, 1 strike. Roughing stretches. Roughing pitches. Oh no, high and outside. 2 more walks. First and second, and now on. Looks up to the plate.
Can you do that someplace else?
I'll break his arm, that's where we'll go. Eugene! I'm not going to tell you again, you hear me?
It's the last batter, Bob. Melon's up. It's a crucial moment in World Series history.
Your Aunt Blanche has a splitting headache.
I don't want him to stop playing. It's just the banging.
You always says it when I'm studying. I have a big test in history tomorrow.
One pitch, Mom. I think I can get him to pop up and have my stuff.
Your father will give you plenty of stuff when he gets home. You hear?
Right.
I want you inside now. Put out the Lloyd West.
I can do that.
Boys, his arm broken, and I don't want any back talk. You hear?
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. Today's game will be delayed to my Aunt Blanche's hay.
Blanche, that's enough sewing today. That's all I needed for you to go home.
We just have this one edge to finish.
Lori's up. Help me pay for the dishes. Go on, Paige. The right now I have to finish the Macedonian wood.
Always studying this one. She's going to have some head on her shoulders. Eugene!
I'm coming.
Wash your hands.
They're clean. I'm wearing a glove. I hate my name. Eugene Morris Jerome. It is the second worst name ever given to a male child. The first worst is Haskell Fleischman. Well, how am I ever going to play for the Yankees with a name like Eugene Morris Jerome? You have to be a Joe or a Tony or Frankie. If only I was born Italian. All the best Yankees are Italian. My mother makes spaghetti with ketchup. What chance do I have?
I'm almost through, Mom.
All right, don't get up too quickly.
Yeah, better color today, sweetheart. Did you get the sun this morning?
I walked down to the beach.
Very slowly, I hope.
Yes, Mom.
That's good.
She gets all the special treatment because the doctors say she's kind of a flutter in the heart. I got hit with a baseball right in the back of the skull. I saw two of everything for a week, and I still had to carry a block of ice home every afternoon. Girls are treated like queens. Maybe that's what I should have been born, an Italian girl.
Eugene!
What?
How many times have I told you not to leave your things lying around the house?
109.
What?
You said yesterday, I told you 109 times not to leave your things around the house.
Don't be fresh to your mother, please.
Was I fresh? I swear to God, that's what she said to me yesterday. One day I'm going to put all this in a book or a play. I'm going to be a writer like Greg Larder or someone. That's if things don't work out first with the Yankees. Or the Cubs. Or the Red Sox. Or maybe, possibly the Tigers. If I get down to the St. Louis Browns, I'll definitely be a writer.
Mom, can I have a glass of lemonade?
It'll spoil your dinner, darling.
Small glass with her.
All right, in a minute,
Get
down.
in the kitchen anyway. Can you believe that? She'd better have a bad heart or I'm going to kill her one day. Listen, I hope you don't repeat this to anybody. What I'm telling you are my secret memoirs. It's called The Unbelievable, Fantastic, and Completely Private Thoughts of I, Eugene Morris Jerome. In this, the 15th year of his life, in the year 1937 in the community of Brighton Beach, Borough of Brooklyn, Kings County, City of New York, Empire State of the American nation.
A roller skate on my kitchen floor. You want me dead? Is that what you want?
I did leave it there.
Now, who then? Laurie and Blanche. You ever see them on skates? Take us upstairs. Come here.
Don't hit my skull, I have a concussion.
What would you say to your father if he came home and I was dead on the kitchen floor?
I'd say, don't go in the kitchen.
Don't come down with dirty hands.
See why I want to write all this down? In case I grow up all twisted and warped, the world will know why.
Hey, he's a boy. He's young. You should be glad he's healthy and active. Before the doctors found out what Laurie had, she was the same way.
Never. Girls are different. When you and I were girls, we kept the place spotless. I've always been like that. I have to have things clean, just like Mama. The day they packed up and left the house in Russia, she cleaned the place from top to bottom. So no matter what the Cossacks did to us, when they broke into our house, they would have respect for the Jews.
Who are the Cossacks?
Same filthy bunches lives across the street.
Across the street, you mean the Murphys? The Murphys are Russian? The mother is nice. She's been very sweet to me.
Her windows are so filthy. I thought she had black curtains hanging out.
I was in their house. It was very neat. Nobody could be as clean as you.
What business did you have in their house?
She invited me for tea.
To meet that drunken son of hers?
No, just the two of us.
7 years old living here, she never invited me to tea because she knows she's situation. Oh, I know that one. Remember what Mama always used to tell us, stay on your own side of the street. That's what they have gutters for.
That's what they gutters for. If my mother knew I was writing all this down, she would stuff me like one of her chickens. I better explain what she meant by Aunt Blanche's situation. You see, her husband, Uncle Dave, died 6 years ago from this thing. They never say the word, they always whisper. It was cancer. I think they're afraid if they said it out loud, God would say, I heard that, you said the dread disease, just for that I smite you down with it. There are some things that grown-ups just won't discuss. For example, my grandfather, he died from diphtheria. After Uncle Dave died, he left Aunt Blanche with no money, not even insurance. And she couldn't support herself, being that she has asthma. So, my big-hearted mother insisted we take her and her kids in to live with us. So they broke up our room into 2 small rooms, and me and my brother Stan live on this side, and Laurie and her sister Nora live on the other side. My father thought it would be just temporary, but it's been 3.5 years so far, and I think because of Aunt Blanche's situation, my father is developing high blood pressure.
Drink it slow.
Blanche, that's enough already since 7 o'clock this morning.
I was just stopping.
Sew your fingers together.
No, it's getting dark anyway. I think I need new glasses. My teacher said you should change them every 2 years.
Tell you to put a light on?
Well, I don't have to run up the electric bill. I owe you a jacket enough as it is.
Have I asked you for anything? You see anybody starving around here? If I go hungry, you give me something from your plate.
Okay, I'm gonna pay you a jack back someday. I don't know when, but I keep my word.
From your lips to the Irish sweepstakes. Come in and taste the soup, see if it needs salt.
Should I put out the water glass and what is Eugene going to do?
Eugene, that's the last time I'm going to tell you. Just in a minute.
Because of her condition, I do twice as much work around here. Boy, if I could just make the Yankees, I'd be in St. Petersburg this way. Lori, Lori, Lori. Her sister, Nora isn't too bad. She's 16. I don't mind her much. At least she's not too bad to look at. To be absolutely honest, this is the year I started noticing girls who weren't too bad to look at. Nora started developing about 8 months ago. I had the exact date written in my diary.
Laurie! Excellent! Incredible news, everybody! Oh, my sweet, adorable, handsome cousin. Wait till I tell you what's happened to me. Oh, I'm fainting. I'm absolutely fainting.
I felt her chest. When she grabbed me, I felt my first chest.
I can't believe this whole day. Where's Mom? And hey, I have to tell everybody inside for the big news.
All the excitement about.
Oh, God, you're all right. Sit down, Mom, because I know you think. Oh,
Sit down.
Is everybody ready? Stop dragging it up. This is killing me.
Laurie, don't say things like that.
That's just right. Go ahead, Dawn.
Here goes. I'm going to be in a Broadway show. It's a musical called Abracadabra. This man, Mr. Beckman, he's a producer. He came to our dancing class this afternoon and picked out 3 girls. We have to be at the Hudson Theater Monday morning, 10 o'clock, to audition for the dance director. But on the way out, he took me aside and said the job was as good as mine. I have to call him tomorrow. I may have to go into town to talk to him about it. They start rehearsing a week from Monday, and then it goes to Philadelphia, Wilmington, Washington, and then it comes to New York the second week in December. There are 9 big musical numbers, and there's going to be this big tank on the stage so you can see through, and the big finale all takes place with the entire castle underwater. I mean, can you believe it? I'm going to be in a Broadway show, Mama.
What is she talking about?
How can you be in a show? Don't you have to sing and act? I can sing. No, you can't. No, you can't. I can carry a tune. No, you can't. Well, I probably won't have to. They're just looking for on Broadway, you have to sing and act. How would you know? You never saw a Broadway show.
Did you tell him how old you were?
He didn't ask me.
You didn't ask if you were 16?
No, he just asked me to audition. My God, is anybody excited?
I am. It's the most fantastic thing I've ever heard.
Gee, I'm glad somebody's excited.
My God, I'll be sleeping right next door to a showgirl.
How can you go to Philadelphia? What about school? School? Mama, this is a Broadway show. This is what I want to do with my life. Algebra and English isn't going to help me with the stage. Orange? You say out of this?
You mean not finish school, not get a diploma? Do you know how hard it is today for a girl to get a good job without a high school diploma?
But I've got a job. And I'll be making more money than 10 girls with diplomas. You don't have it yet. You still have to audition. It was my Miss Beckman told me.
But what if you, God forbid, broke a leg? Or got heavy? How long do you think they keep you? Dancing is just for a few years. A diploma is forever. I know, I never had one. I know how hard it is to get a decent job. And take those telekids.
That's very well.
Then why did you send me to dancing school for 3 years? Why do I spend 2 hours a day on the subway 4 days a week after school with money that you make going half blind over a broken sewing machine? Why, Mama?
Well, because it's my pleasure. Because I know how you love it. Because you asked me.
Then I'm asking you something else. Let me do something for you now. I could be making almost $60 a week, maybe even more. In 2 years, when I get out of high school, I wouldn't make that much with a college diploma.
I can't think now. It's almost dinner time. Uncle Jack will be home soon. We'll discuss it later.
I have to know now, Mama. I have to call Mr. Beckman and let him know if I can go to the audition on Monday. please let me audition. Let me find out first if they think I'm good enough. Please, don't say no until Monday.
It was a tense moment for everybody. I love tense moments, especially when I'm not the one they're all tense about.
Well, God knows we could use the money. We all owe it. I think they have as much say in this as I do. How do you feel about it?
I have voted before in my life. Why should I start with my own family? I have to heat up the potatoes.
Then we'll leave it up to Uncle Jack. We'll let him make the decision.
Why, Mama? I love him, but he's not my father.
Because I need help. Because I don't always know what the right thing to do is. Because I say so, that's why.
Eugene M. Jerome of New York cast one vote for yes. What I'm about to tell you next is so secret and private that I've left instructions for my memoirs not to be opened until 30 years after my death. I, Eugene M. Jerome, have committed a mortal sin by lusting after my cousin Nora. I can tell you all this now because I'll be dead when you're reading. If I had my choice between a tryout with the Yankees and actually seeing her bare breasts for 2.5 seconds, I would have some serious thinking.
I need bread.
What?
I don't have enough bread. Run across the street to Greenblatt's, get a fresh fried bread.
Again, I went to the store this morning.
So you'll go again this afternoon.
I'm always going to the store. When I go up, that's all I'm trying to do, go to the store.
When I go, never mind, I'll go.
Don't do that. Don't make me feel guilty. No, don't.
And get a quarter pound of butter.
I bought a quarter pound of butter this morning. Why don't you buy a half pound at a time?
And suppose the house burned down this afternoon. Why do I need an extra quarter pound of butter?
My mother taught logic in high school. This would be some weird country.
So what are you gonna do? I don't know. Leave me alone. Don't just sit there watching me. It's my room. It's where she's going. Do you have to stare at me? Can't I have any privacy? Well, I'm staring into space. I can't help it if your body interferes. God, I wish Daddy were alive. 1 3-minute call to heaven is all that I ask. I wish we had our own place to live. I hate being a hoarder. Listen, let's make a pact. The first one who makes enough money promises not to spend any on himself, but saves it all to get a house for you and me and Mom. That means every penny we get from now on, we save for the house. We can't buy anything. No lipstick, magazines, nail polish, bubble gum, nothing. Is it a pact? What about movies? Movies too. Starting when? Starting today. Starting right now. Can we start Sunday? I wanted to see The Thin Man. Who's in it? William Powell and Myrtle Boy. Okay, starting Sunday. I'll go with you on Saturday.
Sitting long enough till he waits for the snap from center. The snow is coming down in a near blizzard. He gets it, he fades back, he passes, and Luckman's got it. Luckman catches his own pass. He's on the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20. It's a touchdown. Columbia wins. They defeat the mighty Crimson of Harvard 13-12. Well, listen to that crowd.
Stop that yelling! I have a cake in the oven!
I said, my brother Stan, he's okay, you'll like him. What did you do home store?
Is Pop home yet?
No. Did you ask him for the tickets?
What tickets?
For the Yankee game? You said your boss knew this guy who could get passes you could ask?
For me and my boss and other things to talk about. I'm in trouble, Huge. I'm in really big trouble.
This really shocked me, because Stan is the kind of guy who could talk himself out of any kind of trouble. What kind of trouble?
I got fired today.
Fired? You mean for good?
You don't fire temporarily, it's permanent. It's a lifetime firing.
Why? What happened?
It was on account of Andrew. The colored guy who sweeps up. He was cleaning the floor in the stock room. He He lays his broom against the table, puts some junk in the trash, and the broom slips. Dumps a can of linseed oil over the table, ruins 3 brand new hats right out of the box. $9 Stetsons. It wasn't his fault. He didn't put the linseed oil there, right?
Right.
So Mr. Stroheim sees the oily hats and he gets crazy. He says to Andrew, the hats are going to have to come out of his salary. $27? So Andrew starts to cry.
He cried.
At 42 years old, he's balding all over the stockroom. I mean, the man hasn't got too much furniture upstairs anyway, but he's real sweet. He brings me coffee, always laughing, telling me jokes. I never understand them, but I laugh anyway. Make him feel good, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I said to Mr. Stroheim, I didn't think that was fair. It wasn't his fault.
You said that to him.
Sure, why not? So Mr. Stroheim said to me, you want to pay for the hats, big mouth? So I said, no, I don't want to pay for the hats. So he says, then mind your own business, big mouth.
Holy backwards.
So Mr. Stroheim looks at me like machine gun bullets are coming out of his eyes, and then he calmly sends Andrew over to the factory to pick up 3 new hats, which is usually my job. Guess what he tells me to do?
What?
He tells me to sweep up. He says for this week, I'm the cleaning man.
I can't believe it.
Everybody's watching me now, waiting to see what I'm going to do. Even Andrew stopped crying and watched. I felt the dignity of everyone who worked in that store was in my hands. So I grit my teeth and I pick up the broom. There's this big pile of dirt right in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
And I sweep it all over Mr. Stroheim's shoes. Andrew had just finished shining them this morning. You want to talk about irony?
I'm dying. I'm actually
You
dying.
can see everybody in the place is about to bust a gut. Mrs. Mulcahy, the bookkeeper, she can hardly keep her false teeth in her mouth. Andrew's eyes are hanging 5 inches out of the socket.
This is the greatest story in the history of the world.
So Mr. Stroheim grabs me, pulls me into his back office, closes the door, pulls down the shades. He gives me this whole story about how he was brought up in Germany to respect his superiors, that if he ever did such a thing that you do, they would beat me in their coat until they carried me away
You
dead.
got it perfect. You got it out perfect.
And I said, yeah, but we're not in Germany, old buddy.
You said that to him.
No, to myself, I didn't want to go too far.
I was wondering.
Anyway, so he says he always liked me, and he always thought I was a good boy. And he's going to give me one more chance. He wants a letter of apology, and that if the letter of apology isn't on his desk by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I can consider myself fired.
Would have had a heart attack. What did you say?
I said I was not going to apologize if Andrew still had to pay for the hats. He said that was between him and Andrew. He expected a letter from me in the morning. I said, good night. Walked out of his office, grabbed my hat, and went home 10 minutes early.
I'm sweating. I swear to God, I'm sweating all over you.
I don't know why I did it. I got so mad. It just wasn't fair. I mean, if you give in when you're 18 and a half, you'll give in for the rest of your life. Don't you think?
I suppose so. So what's the decision? Are you going to write the letter?
No.
Positively.
Positively. Except I'll have to discuss it with Pop. I know we need the money, but he told me once. He said you have to do what you think is right in this world and stand up for your principles.
And what if he says he thinks you're wrong? You should write the letter.
He won't. He's going to leave it up to me. No.
But what if he says write the letter?
Well, that's something we won't know until after dinner, will we?
All in all, it was shaping up to be one heck of a dinner. I'll say this though, I always had this two-way thing about my brother. Either I worshipped the ground he walked on, or I hated him so much I wanted to kill him. I guess you know how I feel about his head.
All day it takes to bring home bread. Give Aunt Blanche the butter. She's waiting for it.
I was home a half hour ago, was talking to Stan.
Hey, I got a letter from Rosalind. She moved to Manhattan. They live up on Central Park West.
Why not? Her father's a gangster. Her mother is worse. Ever get a kiss alone?
No.
Oh,
I was going to save it up and give you a giant one for Christmas.
we don't have Christmas. I'll take it now. Thank you. A hug, too. Where am I ever going to hug from you? You must have done something wrong.
Too smart for me, Mom. I robbed the barber shop.
Oh, is that why you look so tired? You don't get enough rest. Run around all night with your 200 girlfriends.
130, that's all I have, 130.
How did you get any work done?
I can't get it done.
Your boss doesn't say anything to you about being tired?
About being tired? No, he doesn't.
You told him about Thursday?
What?
You were going to ask him about getting paid this Thursday, so I paid green glass on Friday. Saturday's a holiday.
No, I forgot. I'll ask him tomorrow.
If it's a problem, don't ask him. Greenblatt can wait. Your boss is more important.
No, that's not true, Mom. My boss isn't any more important than Mr. Greenblatt.
Oh, God. As if things weren't bad enough. And now this is the ultimate tragedy. Liver and cabbage for dinner. A Jewish medieval torture. My friend Marty Gregorio, an A student in science, told me that cooked cabbage can be smelled farther than sound traveling for 7 minutes. If these memoirs are never finished, you'll know it's because I gagged to death one night in the middle of summer. You're all witnesses I was here, right? But I'll get blamed for that anyway.
Didn't I tell you to get out of that hot kitchen? I can't breathe in there and I don't have asthma. Nora, Laurie, come help your mother.
I'm all right. Think about the plates.
Plates.
I'll replace them.
Plates, I got
Don't
all
worry
plates.
about the plates.
We have one sister.
What happened?
There's another asthma attack.
No,
Nora,
not Laurie.
you gotta go get the doctor.
No, I don't need doctors.
No? Why would you never be? What you need is someplace dry.
Like Arizona. Should I get the doctor? Veterans. Going away. I can still get a different. No, how's your auntie?
No, never mind. No.
The kitchen got
Eugene.
broken.
Nora, go get your mother's medicine. Lori, sit there nice and quiet. Watch your mother. You look pale as a ghost. Eugene, come in here and help me.
Wait a minute, Palazzo. I would now like to introduce my father. A real hard worker. He was born at the age of 42. Hi, Pop. How you doing, Pop?
How am I doing?
Let me carry this for you, Pop.
They're too heavy. You'll hurt yourself.
No, I can do it easy. Just have to get a good grip.
This one is cinnamon.
You okay, Pop?
I'm resting. That's all. Give me a cold glass of water.
I'll be out for the other box in a minute, Pop. I don't know how he does it. King Kong couldn't lift these. You know what's in here? Noisemakers and party favors. He sells them to nightclubs and hotels after he gets through every day with his regular work, which is cutting material for ladies' raincoats.
Did you do your homework today?
Not all of it. Mom, you sent me to the store 15 times. Amos and Andy is on tonight.
You do your homework, then we'll discuss Amos and Andy.
Get your medicine, Mom. Laurie, go get some water. Laurie, she can be ready.
Well, I'll get it, Nora.
Sure, you don't mind.
No, no trouble at all. 2.5 seconds, that's all I ask.
So, when are you going to speak to Uncle Jack? When I speak to him, that's when I'll speak to him at night. I have to know tonight. He's not too tired. I'll talk to him tonight.
Jack's home. We'll leave in 10 minutes. Nora, darling, don't be scaling. How's your mother doing, Lori?
Much better. The whistling stopped.
Eugene said you're holding the chest.
Wasn't holding my chest.
You have to carry that box every day back and forth to the city. You don't work hard enough, Jack.
You want the box? It's yours. Keep it. I don't need it anymore.
What do you mean?
Delmar's party favors went out of business. They closed him out. The man is bankrupt. He didn't even warn me he was coming.
You told me you had a place on a Riverside Drive with a view of the river. $300 a month property he had. A man like that.
Who are the ones you think go bankrupt? You live in a cold water flat in Delancey Street. Bankruptcy is the one thing God spares you.
You always find good in something. You don't have to lug that box anymore. You don't have to get up at 5:30 in the morning. You'll all eat dinner at a decent hour. You still have your job at Jacobson's. We won't stop.
I can't make ends meet with what I get Jacobs. Stop with sending people to me. I can't get by without that extra $25 a week. I can't pay rent and insurance and food and clothing for 7 people. Christmas 7 years old, I made $150.
Make yourself sick.
He didn't even pay me for the week, the bastard. 5 salesmen are laid off. He's going to a Broadway show tonight. I stuffed every hat and noisemaker I could carry in that box and walked out of there. At his funeral, I'm going to put on a pony hat and blow a horn.
Talk like that. Something will come up. If you go to temple this weekend, you'll pray all day Saturday.
It's been at that temple that I've been praying for 40 years. You know how many prayers have to be answered before my turn comes up?
The turn will come up. God has time for everyone.
Here's your water, everybody.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Where's Nora?
She went up to call Stanley for dinner.
Hey, Laurie, you want to take a walk on the beach tonight?
I have homework. What do you want to walk with me for?
You, me, and Nora. I just felt like taking a walk.
I think Nora has the same Larry Clement.
Larry Clerman? She likes Larry Clerman?
I don't know. Ask for yourself.
Larry Clerman is my father's age.
He's 20.
The same thing. You think he's good
I
looking?
don't think anybody.
Larry Clerman, he doesn't even have a chin. His tie comes all the way up to his teeth.
Jane, where's your father's water?
I'm coming. Now we've got Larry Clerman to contend with. Here's water pop. I put ice in.
Break so fast.
You have time to look at my sneakers, Bob?
See what a look at your sneakers.
Say I have no soles. They're hanging on by a tiny piece of rubber. I have to clench my toes when I run out for a fly ball.
What did you new sneakers last month?
Last year, Pa. Not last month. I can only wear them 2 hours a day because my toes can't grow.
It's not the time to talk to your father about sneakers. He has more important things on his mind. Go turn down the light on the liver. About this later, we'll eat a nice dinner, relax, and when everybody goes to sleep, we'll figure things out calmly. I don't like it when you get upset.
I'm feeling better. Come on, darling. Help me with dinner.
Think she'll ever get married?
Blanche,
It's not unattractive. I see men looking at her at the beach.
crazy.
What does she want to waste her life in this house for?
Children.
Why doesn't she ever go out? She wants to meet people. I know plenty of single men.
Blanche isn't the type to get married.
She was married once, wasn't she? Those are the type that get
Dave
married.
was different. She's not interested in other men.
Well, that Murphy fellow across the street. He's plenty interested.
That
in me.
drunk man can't find his way into the house at night. Slept in the doorway once in the rain. He was there right here to get the milk. He's got a good paying
Job, he lives alone with his mother, so he takes a drink on a Saturday night. Maybe what he needs is a good woman.
Not my sister. Let it be somebody lying in some other doorway.
Come in.
You busy? I wanted to talk to you.
It's funny. Because I wanted to talk to you.
About what?
I need a favor. Now, real bad. You're the only one who can help me. When Pop comes home tired, he doesn't usually pay too much attention to me and Eugene, but he's different with you. He's always interested in what you have to say.
Really? I hope so.
Sure, you never noticed that?
No, not really. What's the favor?
This may sound dumb, but at dinner, do you think maybe you could steer the conversation in a certain direction?
What direction?
Something like how much you admire people who stand up for their principles?
What people?
Any people. Principles is the important word. If you could work it 3-4 times, I'd be very
3 or 4
grateful.
times?
It'll be easy. I'll mention someone like Abraham Lincoln, and you look up and say, now there's a man who really stood up for his principles.
I have my own things to bring up at dinner. I don't want to get into a discussion about Abraham Lincoln.
Not his whole life, but just his principles.
Why would I do such a stupid thing?
Because as of tomorrow, I'm unemployed. Unless somebody besides me mentions sticking up for your principles.
Did you get fired?
I will be, unless I write Kaiser Wilhelm a letter of apology. It's up to my old man. I decided to do whatever he tells me.
When are you going to ask him?
Tonight, right after dinner.
Tonight? Does it have to be tonight?
Well, that's the deadline. I have to give my answer to Mr. Snowhand in the morning. What?
Can you ask your father in the morning?
He gets up at 5:30. My mother lines up his shoes at night because he can't make decisions at 5:30. What's wrong?
I don't see what you have to complain about. At least your father is alive and around the house to make decisions. You don't know when you're well off, Stanley. Sometimes you make me sick.
Chapter 7. The infamous dinner. Started out like a murder mystery of Blenheim Castle. No one said a word, but everyone looked suspicious. So quiet you could hear Laurie's food going down her esophagus. Everyone had one eye on the plate and the other eye on top. Except me. I sat opposite Laura. I kept kept dropping my napkin a lot so I could bend down and get a good look at those virginal, creamy white legs. She was really deep in thought because she left herself unguarded a few times, and I got to see halfway up her thighs that led to the golden palace of the Himalayas.
Put your napkin on your lap and stop daydreaming.
Stanley knew what I was doing because he's the one who taught it to me, but he was busy with his own problems like everyone else. You could hear the clock ticking in the kitchen. The tension in the air was so thick you could cut it with a knife, which is more than I can say for the liver.
What's this?
I'm through. I'll help with the dessert.
Finish your liver.
I finished. Do you see liver on my
You
plate?
buried it under your mashed potatoes. I know your tricks. Look how Laurie ate hers.
I had a major problem. One more bite and I would have thrown up on the table. That's a sight Nora would have remembered forever. The diversion was my only escape from humiliation. So how's things out at Stroheim, Stanley? I felt bad about that. For the moment, attention had shifted away from my liver.
How long have you been working there now? Where? Stroheim. Stroheim? Let me see. Part-time, a year and a half before I graduated high school, and a year since then. So what is that? 2.5 years, counting part-time. And he likes you? Who? Mr. Stroheim. Yeah. Usually he likes me. Sometimes I'm not sure. You come in on time? Yeah. You do your work? Yeah. You get along with other people? Yeah. So why shouldn't they like you? How much you making now? $17 a week. Oh, wow. It's time you moved up. Tomorrow morning you go in, you ask for a raise. A raise? You don't speak up, people take advantage of you. Tomorrow morning, you walk into his office, you're polite, you're respectful, but you're firm. You tell him you think you're worth another $5 a week. $5? He'll offer you $1.25, you settle for $2.50. I know how these things work. You're a high school graduate, you put these guys. I don't think this is the time to ask for a raise, Pop. I think his wife was very sick. You're afraid to ask him? You want me to take you by the hand and walk into his office and say my little boy wants a raise? I'm not afraid.
Father wouldn't ask you if he didn't think it was the right thing. Believe me, Stanley, now is the time to ask for it.
I think I have a bone in my throat.
There are no bones in liver.
So what's new at dancing school, Laura? Nothing is new. Mind your own business. Well, I'm just trying to introduce the subject.
I don't need your help. Will you tell her to be quiet? Laurie, you may be excused if you're finished.
What happened at dancing school?
Nora received a very nice compliment from the teacher. He said Nora had professional potential.
He didn't say potential. Potential is the future. Mr. Beckman is interested in Nora's immediate present.
Oh, isn't that something? And Mr. Beckman is your teacher?
No, he's one of the most widely known and respected producers on Broadway.
Broadway. Imagine that, that's one. And how are you doing in school otherwise?
She said, I'm doing very well.
I wish I was as smart as she is.
Isn't that the same Mr. Beckman who's producing his great Broadway extravaganza, Abracadabra? I hear if a girl gets hired for the chorus of a show like that, not only is her career practically guaranteed, but the experience she gains is equal to a 4-year college education.
Jane, that's enough.
Only a 4-year college education is equal to a 4-year college education. I don't think Abraham Lincoln went to college. Laurie, you feeling all right?
Yes, Uncle Jack.
Getting plenty of fresh air?
As much as I get told and I won't. Nora, did you tell Uncle Jack about the big tank that's filled with water?
Girls, why don't we let Uncle Jack eat his dinner, and if we have something to discuss, we can discuss it later.
Somebody has something to discuss? If there's a problem, this is the time to bring it up. This is the family hour.
What a great idea for a radio show. The family hour. Every Wednesday night you hear a different family eating dinner, discussing their problems of the week. And you get to hear different recipes. WEAF presents Dinner at Brighton Beach. Starring the Jacob Jerome family and featuring tonight's specialty, liver and cabbage, brought to you by X-Lax the Biodynamic.
The whole country's going to hear about a 15-year-old boy gagging on liver.
Nothing to discuss. Nobody has any problem. Otherwise, I'm going to turn on the news.
Well, as a matter of fact,
What?
nothing.
I'll help with the dishes.
Sit there and finish your liver.
Can't swallow it. It won't go down. Remember the live being catastrophe last month? Does anybody want to see a repeat of that disgusting episode?
Why does he always talk like it's a Sherlock Holmes story?
He thinks he's a writer.
And what do you think you are?
Eat half of it.
Which half? They're both
A
terrible.
quarter of it. 2 bites.
One bite.
2 bites.
I know you. If I eat one bite, you'll make me eat another bite. I'll take it to my room. I'll eat it tonight. I need time to chew it.
It's not the time to waste. You didn't want it, Eugene. You shouldn't have taken it.
I didn't take it. They gave it to me. It comes attached to the plate.
So important to everybody. I will eat your liver, Eugene.
You will?
Well, it seems to be the only thing this family's worried about. Give me a liver so we can get on with more important things in our lives.
That's right. Take the liver away. Take the liver away. If nobody likes it, why do you make it?
Because we can't afford a roast beef for 7 people.
I suddenly felt vulgar and cheap.
Stanley, turn on the news.
Oh, Laurie, sit down. You look tired to me.
Huh? Can I talk to you for a minute? It's something really important.
More important than what's going on in Europe?
It's not more important. It's just coming up sooner.
Hitler's already moved into Austria. In a few months, the whole world will be in. What's the matter with this radio?
Somebody's been fooling women, haven't they, Eugene?
Why Eugene? Clap the news on last
You
night.
weren't listening to the ball game this afternoon?
He's talking about Poland. Damn it. I don't want anyone touching this radio anymore. You understand?
Guess who's going to get blamed for the war in Europe?
You really think there'll be a war? I mean, America, too.
We're already in it. Us, maybe. Friends, relatives. If you're Jewish, you've got a cousin suffering somewhere.
Ida Kaczynski, she only just got out of prison last month, but surely she's not covered. One day you don't even want to think about it.
How many relatives do we have?
Enough. Uncles, cousins. I have great aunts, you probably have nephews.
I've got a cousin Sholem in Poland, his whole family.
Dave had relatives in Warsaw. That's where his mother was born.
What if they got to America? Where would they live? Your nephews, moms, cousins, and uncles. Would we take them in? What God gives us to deal with, we deal with. Where would we put them?
What are you worrying about that now for? Go upstairs and finish your speech. We're quiet.
What's
How are you going to ask Mr. Stroheim for a raise tomorrow?
Papa, can I talk to you later? After you've rested, read your paper?
Lou Garrett got 2 hits today. Hey, Papa, is Lou Garrett Jewish?
Shut your paper. How many times have I told you? You don't read it until your father's finished.
I didn't break it. The print doesn't go off if I take a quick look at it.
Fresh to your mother, upstairs.
Pop,
Everybody.
I'll come down later. Okay, Pop?
One day and I just want to remember.
You're a pest. Did anyone ever tell you you're a pest?
Now, we will list upstairs. You want to add your name to it?
You better lie down. There's nothing in that paper that's going to cheer you up.
What would we do, Kate? Where would we put them if they got off the boat and knocked on our door? How would we feed them?
The boat didn't get here yet. I can't deal with boats that haven't landed yet.
I know that you're tired and you have a lot on your mind, but the rest of my life may depend upon your decision, and I have to know tonight because I have to call Mr. Beckman and let him know if I can go or not.
Mr. Beckman?
That Broadway producer. And we talked about that.
Go downstairs. This may work. Not now. This isn't the time.
It's not the time. You will make a decision, and I don't have anyone else that I can talk to. Well, I'll make my own decision if no one else is interested. I'm 16 and a half years old. I'll do what I want to do.
What was this about?
Go out and talk to her.
I never learned. I wrapped my life up in dating so much. I never learned to be their mother.
You mind if I sit with you a minute? You want to talk? We'll talk. If not.
We have enough mothers here. Glory go upstairs. Blanche, make me some tea. You're the only one who makes decent tea.
Listen. I know what it's like, Nora, not to be heard.
You.
I come from a family of 4 children. My father, before he
he died, never could remember our names. My oldest brother was the big one, I was the little one. The son was the rotten one. Yeah, he was the skinny one.
Who am I?
The pretty one. What's the problem?
I don't know. It doesn't seem very important now.
I have never known you to cry over something that wasn't important. Listen, I know I'm not your father. It's not my place to make decisions for you, but I can offer advice. Advice is free. If it doesn't fit, you can always return.
Can we walk down the block?
Sure. And take a look at the ocean. My father used to say, throw your problems out to the sea and the answers will wash back up on the shore. Not a Brighton Beach. Orange fields and watermelon pits washed up. That's why it's good to bring someone who knows how to give advice.
Will you stop that? I'm trying to think.
Glad I don't have your problems.
How would you like an official American League Baseball in your mouth?
I have to talk to you, Seth. I mean, a really serious, important talk.
Everybody in this house has to have a talk with somebody. Take a number off the wall and we can talk.
I had a dream last night. It was about this girl. I can't tell you her name, but she's gorgeous. We were really kissing hard and rubbing up against each other, and I felt this tremendous build-up coming, like at the end of the 39 steps. And suddenly there was an explosion, like a dam broke and everything rushed and flowed out to sea. It was the greatest feeling I ever had in my life. When I woke up, I was
All wet.
yeah, how'd you know?
It was a wet dream. You had a wet dream. I have them all the time.
You do, you mean there's something wrong with you if it happens.
You never had one before?
Yeah, but I slept through it.
Didn't you ever try it by yourself?
What do you mean?
Didn't you ever dinner with yourself?
No, never.
Baloney! I've heard you. You diddle 3 or 4 times a week.
You're crazy. What do you mean?
Whack off. Masturbate.
Will you be quiet? Laurie might hear you.
There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody does it, especially at our age. It's natural.
What do you mean everybody? You know guys who do it?
Every guy I know does it. Except Haskell Fleischman, the fat kid. He does it to the other guys.
I can't believe I'm having this conversation.
You can't grow up without doing it. Your voice won't change.
Where do you get this stuff from? Is it a medical book or something?
It's puberty.
What?
Puberty? You never heard that word before? You don't read books?
Yeah, the Citadel by H.A. Cromer, he never mentioned puberty.
Even Pop did it.
Pop? Our Pop, you know what, Stanley? I think you're full of shit.
Hey, don't use that kind of language. Who do you think you are? You're just a kid. Never let me hear you use that word
I
again.
don't get you. You mean it's okay for you to say puberty, but I can't say shit?
No, puberty is a scientific word. Shit is for those guys who hang around the beach.
What do you expect me to say? You tell me that Pop whacks off.
I don't mean he still does it because he's married now. When he was a kid, 14, 15, the whole world whacks off.
President Roosevelt, too.
Rich kids are the worst. They whack off from morning till night. In college, they sit around in their dorms drinking beer and whacking off.
Stanley, this is the most useful information you ever taught me. What about girls?
5 times as much as boys.
5 times as much. Is that an actual figure? Where do you know all this from?
You learn it. You pick it up. It's handed down from generation to generation. That's how a culture spreads.
5 times as much as boys. Some of them don't even say hello to you, and they're home all night whacking off.
They're human, just like we are. They have the same needs and desires.
Why is it so hard to touch their boobs?
If you were a girl, Would you like some guy jumping at you, grabbing your boobs?
If I had boobs, I would love to touch them, yes. Would you?
I have my own problems to think about.
How do girls do it?
I can't explain it.
She's standing up here late for a month.
I need a pencil and paper. I'll do it later.
You want crayons? Maybe you should do it in color.
Eugene, no, I got a problem in my life right now. I haven't got time to draw girls masturbating for you.
Well, that Nora doesn't do it.
Boy, could I win money from you. You think she's in the bathroom 7 times a day just taking showers?
She does it in the bathroom?
I knew 2 girls who used to do it in English class. I saw a girl do it during a final exam. She got a 98 on a paper. Is she the one you were thinking about last night?
No. It was somebody else. One of the beach girls. Yeah.
It was Laura? I see what's going on here. I knew why you dropped your napkin 12 times at dinner
I
tonight.
drive me crazy. I think I'm in love with her.
Yeah? Well, forget it. She's your cousin.
What's wrong with being in love with your cousin?
Because it's against the laws of nature. If she was your stepsister, it would be dirty, but it would be okay. You can't love your own cousin. Let me give you a piece of advice. When you're going through puberty, don't start with anyone in your own house.
Who made up those rules? Brighton and Roosevelt married his cousin.
Maybe she was his 2nd or his 3rd cousin, but you can't marry your 1st cousin. You get babies with 9 heads. Papa, get back. I gotta talk to him tonight.
I would love to see her naked. Just once. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
No. I do it all the time.
You've seen Nora naked!
Lots of times. I fixed the lock on the bathroom door and opened it pretending I didn't know anyone was in there.
I can't believe it. What a pig! What did she look like?
All I can tell you is I was pretty miserable. She was my 1st cousin.
That was the night I discovered lust and guilt were very closely related. I have to wash up.
Have a good time.
I don't do that.
Sorry, I forgot it was this Tuesday. I'll change my doctor appointment.
You don't have to change anything. The girls will be with
Have
me.
I ever missed a year going to the grave? Dave was my favorite in the whole family. You know that.
You realize it'll be 6 years. Sometimes I forget his birthday, but the day he died, I never forget.
There wasn't another one like him.
Yeah, Laurie asked me questions about him all the time. Was he funny? So what was the funniest thing he ever said? She asked me. I couldn't remember. Isn't that awful? I did.
Look like your whole life is over. You're still a young woman. You're still beautiful. You never stopped with me.
I went out there, what, for 2 years before we were married? What was I waiting for? It's 2 married years I didn't think this weekend.
Jack's company is having their annual affair this Wednesday in New York at the Commodore Hotel. You should see how some of these women get dressed up. Jack wants you to come with us. He told me to ask you.
Me? Who do I know in Jack's
You'll
company?
be with us. You'll meet people. Max Green will be at our table. He's the one whose wife died last year from Ryan, you'll like him, and you'll dance with him. What else are you going to do here every night?
I don't have a dress to wear for a thing like that.
Jack will get you the material. He knows everybody in the garment district.
Oh, thank you, Kate. I appreciate it. I can't go. So maybe next year.
Next year you won't have any eyes altogether. What are you afraid of, Lane? Dave is dead. You're not. And God wanted the both of you, you'd be laying in the grave next to him.
I have plans for next Wednesday
More
night.
important than this, this affair comes along once a year.
I'm having dinner with someone.
You're having dinner with a man? Oh my God. Wonderful. Why didn't you tell me?
When
with Mr. Murphy.
Oh, I don't understand you. You're having dinner with that man, you know where he'll take you to a saloon. To a bar and grill. That's where he'll take you.
We're going to Charloff's, the Hungarian restaurant. You don't even know the man. Why do you dislike him
I
so
don't need
much?
to know that kind. I need to smell his breath when he opens the window. What do you think a man like that is looking for? I grew up with that kind on Avenue A. How many times did Stanley and Jean come home from school black and blue from the beatings they took from those Irish schools? What have you got to talk to a man like
Is that why you don't like him? Because he's Irish. When have the Jews and the Irish ever fought a war? Do you know who George Bernard Shaw is?
I don't care who he is.
One of the greatest Irish writers in the world. What would you say if he took me to Charloff's next
Is
Wednesday?
Mr. Murphy a writer? Tell him to bring me some of his books. I'll be glad to read them.
Hey, when are you going to give up being an older sister?
I heard stories about him with women. They like their women. All right? Well, then, that's what you want. That's your business.
I decided to go downstairs and quiet my passion with oatmeal cookies.
We took a walk along the beach last Thursday. He hardly said a word. He was very shy, very quiet, and he told me where his parents came from, an island. Their life wasn't any easier than Mama's and Papa's in Russia.
Nobody had it like they had it in Russia.
He also had a decent job in a printer's office, and he didn't smell of liquor. He behaved like a perfect gentleman.
No cookies for you, not until you eat that liver.
You're still saving it? He's gonna be in the icebox until I grow up.
No cookies. You hear me?
One last water.
You have water upstairs in your bathroom.
It's too big in the glass. Makes me nauseous.
Listen, there's no point in discussing this anymore. Go into bed and do what you want.
Hey, I don't want to do anything that's going to make you unhappy or Jack. I owe too much to you. I can't live off you the rest of my life. Every decent job I try to get, they turn me down because of my eyes. The thought of marrying Frank Murphy hasn't even occurred to me. Maybe not even to him. But I don't think one dinner at Charloff's is the end of the world.
I don't want to see you get hurt. I never mean you any harm. I can take anything unless there's somebody in the family who's mad at me.
Yeah, I think it would be mad at you. That I promise you when I die today.
I have dinner with Frank Murphy.
Oh.
If Mama ever hears about this, we never had this conversation.
So I invited him to meet me here. Is that right?
Here in my house.
For 2 minutes, I wanted you to meet him and see what he's like.
Tell his mother to wash her windows, then maybe I know.
Can I call Mr. Beckman tomorrow? Yes or no? Did you talk to Uncle Jack? I talked to Uncle Jack. I want an answer from you, Mother. Yes or no? What did Uncle Jack say? It doesn't matter what he said. It's your decision or mine. Who's going to make it, Mother?
I said if I were a father, I'd tell her to finish high school. If she's got talent, there'll be plenty of other shows. I never got past the 8th grade. Boy, I spent half my life in the subway, and I have to make a few extra dollars to keep the standing off.
I don't want this just for myself, Mama, but for you and Laurie. In a few years, we could have a house of our own instead of all being cooped up here like animals. We can pay Uncle Jack for what he's given us all these years. I'm asking for a way out. Don't shut me in. Don't shut me in for the rest of my life. You promise to do what Uncle Jack says. He doesn't make decisions. He offers advice. I want a decision, Mama, from you. You finished high school. You tell Mr. Beckman you're too young. You tell him your mother said no. That's my decision. I see. Thank you very much, Uncle Jack, for your advice. I'll let you know in the morning what my decision is.
Let it go. No, let us sleep on it. You'll only make it worse.
It seems no matter what I do, I only make it worse.
What can I tell you? What can I say? You inherit a family, you inherit their problems. Well, good night. Put the cookie on the table. What cookie? The oatmeal cookie in your pocket. Put it on the table.
smell an oatmeal cookie from 10
I heard the jar moving in the kitchen. Everybody in this house is doing what they want. Your father is upset. Aunt Blanche is upset. Put the cookie on the table!
We're yelling. What happened?
I don't know, but it's my fault.
What are you gonna do? Do you want me to speak to Mom? I could tell her I was getting flooded in my heart again.
Don't say that. Don't you ever pretend to be sick to get favors from anyone.
I'm not pretending. They're just not fake flutters.
Stop pumping the pillows. The house could be on fire. You rush back into puff up your pillow.
Tired, let's go to bed.
When does it get easier? When does our life get easier?
At night, after a good 7 hours of sleep, that's the easiest it ever gets.
Yeah? Can I talk to you now? Let's take
Danny,
5 minutes.
He's tired, he's practically asleep.
2 minutes. I'll tell it as fast as I can.
Lori wants to tell me something. Go on, Kate. Go to bed.
Turn out the lights when you're through. Don't worry about things. We always make things work out.
She saw me on the cracker. Nora saw me on the cracker. I might as well be dead.
You have a problem, Papa.
If you didn't, you wouldn't live in this house.
Must be tough being a father. Everybody comes to you with their problems. You have to have all the answers. I don't have to win the over. Just tell me the problem. I got fired today. What? Don't get crazy. Don't get excited.
What did you do? You got late? You were fresh to somebody? Were you fresh to somebody?
I'm not fired yet. I can still get my job back.
Well, take it back! I don't care what it is. This is not the time for anyone to be out of work in this family.
When I'm 12 years old, you gave me a talk about principles.
All night! You waited to tell me this
This is
news?
about principles.
How long were you going to go without
Can
telling
we
me?
at least hear my principles?
All right, I'll hear your principles.
And then you'll hear mine. Just sit back and let me tell you what happened, okay? It was on account of Andrew, the colored guy who sweeps up.
So Stanley began his sad story. Pop never said a word. He just sat there and listened. Stanley was terrific. It was like that movie, Abe Lincoln in Illinois. Stanley was not only defending his principles, he was defending democracy in the United States of America. Pop must have been bleary-eyed because not only did he have to deal with Stanley's principles, Nora's career, the loss of his noisemaker business, how to get Blanche married off, and Laurie's fluttering heart. But at any minute, there could be a knock on the door with 37 relatives from Poland showing up.
So, either I bring you a letter of apology in the morning, or I don't bother coming in. I know it's late. I know you're tired. I just didn't want to do anything without asking you first. I'm sorry, Papa.
You shouldn't have swept the dirt on his shoes.
I know.
Especially in front of other people. No, he's your boss. He pays your salary. His money helps put food on our dining table.
No, Papa,
We don't have money to waste. Believe me when I tell you. Believe you. You were sick 3 days last year. He only charged you a day and a half's pay. Remember that?
I can see what you're getting at. I'll write the letter.
On the other hand, you did a courageous thing. You defended a fellow worker. Nobody else stood up for him, did they?
I was the only one.
That's something to be proud of. It's what you believed in. That's standing up for your principles.
That's why I didn't want to write the letter. I knew you'd understand.
The question is, can this family afford principles right now?
You make it hard, I know. I just
Beaver, Mother, Blanche, Laura, Laurie, Eugene would have to take a part-time job. Time he should be using studying his books to get himself somewhere.
He wants to go to college. He wants to be a writer.
I wish I could have sent him to Stanford. I've always been sick of it.
I like working. I really do. Listen. I'm going to write the letter.
I'm not saying you should.
I know, it's my decision. I really want to write the letter. How will your principals feel in the morning? My principals feel better already. You told me you were proud of what I did. That's all I really care about.
You know something, Sam? I don't think there's much in college they can teach you that you don't already know.
Guess who I learned it? Thanks for talking to me, Pop. See you in the morning. Come to bed.
I think I'll just sit here for a while. It's the only time of day I get a few minutes to myself.
How did it go? You have to write the letter?
Yeah.
I knew that's what he'd make you do.
He didn't make me do it. Be quiet, will ya? I have to concentrate.
What are you going to say?
I don't know. You want to help me? You're good at those things.
People used to get paid for that in the old days. Professional letter writers.
I'm not going to pay you money.
I don't want money.
What do you want?
Tell me what Nora looks like, maybe.
How lucky can you get?
I don't know what's the highest score.
All right. When we finish the letter.
I don't trust you. I want to get paid first.
You know you're a real shit.
Don't talk like that in front of me. I'm just a kid.
What do you want to know?
Everything. From the time you open the door.
It happened so fast.
That's okay till it snows.
Jesus. All right. I heard the shower running. I waited for it to stop. Gave it a few seconds for the water to run off the body. Then I knew she'd be stepping out of the shower. Suddenly I just opened the door. There she was. Towel on her head. Nothing else in the whole wide world.
Slower. Don't go so fast.
Well, her breasts were gorgeous. Like two peaches hanging on the vine, just waiting to be plucked. Maybe nectarines. Two nectarines. All soft and pink and shining in the morning sun.
Laurie, see your mother. She looks gorgeous.
I'm waiting for her grand entrance. How's Uncle Jack?
He's resting. He ate a nice dinner. You go up and see him later. Eugene, your father's resting. I don't want to hear any more playing against the
I'm not
wall.
playing. I'm writing.
Well, do it quietly.
She wants me to write quietly. If that was the only sentence I published in my memoirs, it would be a bestseller. Everybody's been in a rotten mood around here lately. 3 days ago, Pop had a heart attack. It wasn't a major heart attack. It was sort of a warning. He passed out on the subway. The policeman had to bring him home. He was trying to make extra money driving a cab at nights. He just plain wore out. The doctor says he has to stay at home for 2 or 3 weeks. But Pop won't listen to him. Mr. Jacobson has a brother-in-law who needs a job. He's filling in for Pop temporarily. But Pop's afraid that 3 weeks in bed could turn into permanent. What's up?
Yeah, no, don't tell anybody. You shut up. We don't get upstairs in public.
If it's about Laura, I'm not interested. I forgot to tell you, I hate my cousin Laura. She's been real snotty to everybody lately. She doesn't say hello in the morning, and she eats her dinner up in her room. And she's been seeing this guy, Larry No-Chin Clerman, every night. And she's not as pretty as I thought she was.
Eugene, did you bring your father his paper?
I'm coming. I broke my ankle at school today.
Well, bring it up. Your father's waiting for it.
If I told her I just lost both my hands in an accident, she'd say, go upstairs and wash your face with your feet. I guess she's sore because she and Pop can't go to the affair at the Commodore Hotel. They had left Ray as orchestra. I feel sorry for her, but she doesn't get to go out much. And she's nervous about Frank Murphy coming over to pick up Aunt Blanche. She's angry at the whole world. That's why she's making lima beans for dinner.
Laurie, would you like a cashew?
Oh, thanks.
Must be starved. We're eating dinner late tonight. We'll wait till your mother goes out. Have some now. Just one, for the company. In the kitchen tonight, you and Stanley help with the dishes. You look all flushed. You don't have a fever, do you? Let me see your tongue. All spotted.
That's the cashew.
Oh, well, don't you get sick on me now, too. If you're tired, I'll put you upstairs in bed.
I have a little stomach cramp. Maybe I'm getting my lady. My lady's the thing that Laura gets when she can't go in the water.
Oh, I don't think so, darling. Not at your age. But if your stomach hurts real bad, you come get me. I made a nice tuna fish salad for tonight. Call me when your mother comes down.
Hey, Kate. Does Mama like Miss Murphy?
I don't know, darling. I don't think she knows him very well yet.
Do you like him?
I never spoke to the
You
man.
called him a cocksucker for those times you don't like Jewish people.
I'm sure Mr. Murphy likes your mother, otherwise he wouldn't be invited around.
If Mom married him, would we have to live in the dark house across the street with the creepy woman in the midnight?
We're not up to that, darling. Just get through Chartoff's restaurant.
Pop's feeling better. I took a newspaper out of me because I didn't bring him the evening edition.
Lock the door.
You look terrible. You were crying. Your eyes are all red.
I'm in trouble. I'm in real trouble.
When did you take up smoking?
I'm smoking a stock room all the time. Don't let me see you do it. It's a bad habit.
How come you do it?
I like it.
What brand you smoke?
Lucky Strikes.
I knew you would. That's the best brand.
I swear to God, what I tell you, you never tell another living soul.
I take an oath of liking the entire New York Yankees. What happened?
I lost my salary.
What?
The entire $17 is gone. I lost it.
Where? In the subway?
In a poker game. I lost it gambling.
In a poker
You
game?
shut up! You want to kill me like this bedroom?
You never told me you
I
gambled.
was just doing it lunch hour. For pennies, a dime through the quarter. I always won. It wasn't just luck. I was really good.
$17.
When Pop got sick, I thought I could make some extra money to help out. So I played this game over in the stock room with Floorshine shoes. Boy, did I learn about poker. They cleaned me out in 20 minutes.
What are you going to tell them?
I don't know. If Pop wasn't sick, I'd tell him the truth. Last week, he's telling me how proud he is of me. He's driving a cab at night, putting poker in Floorshine.
Yeah, but suppose you won. Suppose you won $50. You just had bad luck. That's all.
I had no chance against those guys. They were gamblers. They all wore black pointy shoes with props on their socks. If Pop dies, I'll hang myself, I swear.
Don't talk like that. Pop isn't going to die. He ate 3 lamb chops today. Why don't you just say you lost the money? You had a hole in your pocket. You could tear a hole in your pocket.
I already used that one.
When?
Last November when I lost $5. He said from now on, check your pockets every morning.
What happened to $5? Did you gamble that too?
No, I gave it to a girl. You know, a pro.
Pro what? A prostitute? You went to one of those places? Holy shit!
I'm not gonna warn you about that word
Did that
again.
one cost $5?
$2.50. I went with this guy I know. He still owes me.
And you never told me. What was she like? Was she pretty?
Don't
How
study
old was
shit.
she?
Every time I get into trouble, I have to tell you what a naked girl looks like. Do me a favor, Eugene. Go in the bathroom, whack off, and grow up by yourself.
Don't get sorry. You wouldn't have the same way.
I never had an older brother to teach me those things. I had to do it all on my own. You don't know how lucky you are to be the younger one. You don't have the responsibilities I do. You're still in school looking up girls' dresses on
I
this.
was plenty hard at school.
Yeah, let me see your report card. Today's the first of the month. I know you got it. I want to see your report
I
card.
don't have to show you my report card. You're not my father.
Yes, I am. As long as Pop is sick, I am. I'm the only one in the family who's working, ain't I?
You went to salary this week, Pop.
You don't know how to lousy shit. I help you all the time. You never help me with the blood. Give me your report card. Give it to me, goddammit. I'll beat your face in.
Why? Here's my last report card. You fuck!
Where is it? That's good. It's really good. You're smart. I want you to go to college. I want you to be somebody important someday. Because I'm not. I'm looking at good. sorry I said those things to you.
Sorry.
Oh, hi, Uncle Jack. Are you feeling better?
Hey, darling. Your mother's not down yet?
No.
I wanted to see her before she goes out.
Oh, my God. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind walking down the stairs?
All right, I was tired lying in that bed. I wanted to see Gwen.
How are you going to get upstairs? You think I'm going to carry you? The doctor said you're not even supposed to go to the bathroom, didn't he?
You trust doctors? My grandmother never saw one in her life. She lived to be 87.
She never had high blood pressure. She never fainted on the subway.
She used to faint 3 or 4 times a week. It's in our family. We're fainters. Hey, darling, go get your Uncle Jack a glass of ice water, please.
Now?
Yes, now, sweetheart. That child is pampered too much. You should let her do more work around the house. You don't get healthy lying in bed.
No, you get healthy driving cabs at night after working 9 hours cutting raincoats. You want to kill yourself, Jack? You want to leave me to take care of this family alone? Is that what you want?
You figure I'll get better faster than you make me feel guilty? I was born with enough guilt taking. If I need more, I'll ask.
I'm sorry, you know me. I'm not happy unless I can worry. My family were warriors. Warriors generally marry painters.
I am not going to leave you, I promise. If I didn't leave you for another woman, I'm certainly not going to drop dead just to leave you.
What other woman? That bookkeeper, Colleen?
Again with Colleen. You're never going to forget I danced with her 2 years in a row at the Commodore Hotel?
Don't tell me she isn't attracted to you. I noticed that right off.
What's a woman like that want with a car? She likes the men up front, the salesman. She is a widow. She's looking to get married.
You're an attractive man, Jim. Women like you.
Being attractive? You really must think I'm dying.
You don't know women like I promise me one thing. If anything ever happened with you and that Colleen, let me go to my grave without hearing about it.
Oh, I see. Now that you're worried about Helene, you've decided you're going to die first.
I like the chocolate ice. I'm all out of breath.
It's good for you, darling. It's exercise.
I'm going out. I won't be having dinner. I'll be home late. I have my key. Good night.
Don't you want to see what your mother looks like?
I'm sure she looks beautiful. She doesn't need me to tell her.
Well, what about Mr. Murphy? I know she wanted him to be here before. He will be here in a minute.
I have someone waiting for me. I can meet Mr. Murphy some other time.
I think it would be very nice if you waited. I think your mother would be very hurt if she didn't wait to say goodbye.
So that's very good advice, Uncle Jack. I know just how my mother feels. I'm not so sure she knows how I feel.
What am I doing?
Oh, you didn't order and play. There's something there to work out.
Oh, where's she going now? Where does she go every night?
Larry Clerman, he borrowed his father's car and takes it to the cemetery.
What cemetery?
Her daddy is there, and she goes to see daddy.
Oh, no. Now, what about I don't want to spoil the evening for her?
Oh, Jack! What are you doing, Doc?
We have company coming. Where else should I be?
I looked in your room. I got scared to death.
Well, you don't look it. You look beautiful.
Oh, Blanche, it's stunning! It's like a movie star. More use the movie star. I like so much. It's like Irene Dunn.
I think she looks like Blanche. Blanche is prettier than all of them.
I had such trouble with the makeup. I couldn't see my eyes to put on the mascara, so I had to put my glasses on, and then I couldn't get the mascara.
Oh, yeah. You have your glasses. Where are your glasses?
In my purse, I go and I look at them and put them on in the restaurant when I'm looking at the menu.
Make sure you do. I don't want you coming home telling me you don't know what he looks like.
Oh, Jack, I'm so glad you're up and you're feeling better.
That was nothing. I just needed a rest. Besides, I want to eat this burger, though. The stranger comes in, he likes to be in bed. Makes him feel comfortable.
Oh, thank you, Jack. That's so thoughtful of you.
Blanche.
Oh,
Please, no, don't say no. Just put it on Blanche.
and your pearls.
What are they going to do? Sit in my drawer all year? Pearls are like people. They like to go out and be seen everywhere.
Oh, you were going to wear them to the affair tonight. I'm so wrapped up in myself. I forgot you're missing the affair.
I can afford to miss it. I don't see Jack there the whole night anyway.
All right, let's see how they look.
All right. Oh, tell me I don't have a beautiful sister.
Well, now I feel great. Now I feel like I got my money's worth.
Definitely Carol Ballmar.
Oh, I know. She wanted to say goodbye. She had to.
Well, but she could have come into my room. She knew I wanted to see her.
You see her when you get home. You look just as good at 12 o'clock.
What did she say? Did she
Oh,
say?
you're gonna go out. You're gonna have a good time tonight. Talk about it later.
She's making me pay for it, isn't she? She knows she can get me so easily. That's what I get for making decisions.
Listen, I feel like ice cream for dessert. Laurie, you feel like ice cream for dessert?
Butter pecan?
Butter pecan for you, maple walnut for me. Go upstairs, get Eugene. Tell him I want him to go to the store.
Come run, sir.
Let her run. If she gets tired, she'll tell you. Stop worrying about each other so much.
Tell him I'm sick. My stomach hurts.
You don't want any ice cream?
Ice cream? Wait a minute. It's amazing how quickly you recover from misery when someone offers you ice cream.
She's only 16, Blanche. At that age, they're still wrapped up in themselves.
How am I going to become a writer if I don't know how to suffer? Actually, I'd give up writing if I could see a naked girl while I was eating ice cream.
What time is it?
6:30. You'll be here any minute. Blanche, get your mind off Nora. Don't wear my pearls out tonight for nothing.
Eugene, go to Hanson's. Get a half a pint of maple walnut, half a pint of butter pecan, half a pint of chocolate for yourself. What do you want, Kate?
No, I'm in no mood for ice cream.
Get a vanilla, she'll eat it. Whatever Stanley wants.
I need money.
Oh, I just paid the doctor $15. Oh, go up to Stanley. He got paid today. Get his salary.
What?
Here's $1. Hurry back so Laurie can meet Mr. Murphy, but don't run.
Oh, you know what I worry about at night? That I'll wake up in the morning and she'll be gone to Philadelphia or Boston or God knows where.
Now the woman is going out on a date. Is that what you're going to talk about? Or start drinking in 5 minutes?
What am I do if he gets drunk?
You come straight home. You have money? You have car fare?
No,
No,
take
here,
it.
wait right here. I'll get $5 from Stanley. Well, now I have something else to worry about.
I can use a cup of hot tea.
Oh, sit here, I'll make it.
No, well, you keep me company. We'll both make it. You can hear the bell from the kitchen.
Stanley, are you in there? Oh, open the window so we don't get any air in here. I need $5 for Aunt Blanche. You get paid today, Stanley?
Yes, I got paid
Yes?
today.
Take out your money for the week. Give me the envelope.
I don't have it.
You don't have the envelope?
Don't have the money.
What do you mean you don't have the money?
I don't have the money. It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone where?
It's just gone. I'm sorry. I don't have it. There's nothing I can do about it anymore. Just don't ask me any more
You
questions.
mean don't ask you any more questions, Stanley? I want to know what happened to $17.
You'll tell Pop. If
Why
I tell
shouldn't I tell your father? Why? Stanley, I want to know what
I
happened.
gambled it. I lost it playing poker, all right? You happy? You satisfied now?
I'm not going to deal with this right now. I have to get your Aunt Blanche out of the house. I have your father's health to worry about. You're going to sit here in this room. You're going to think of a story. You were robbed. Someone stole the money. I don't care who. I don't care where. That's what you're going to tell your father. Because if you tell him the truth, you'll kill that man as sure as I'm standing here tonight. After he goes to bed, he'll meet me downstairs. We'll deal with this alone.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I left my purse in here. Got my glasses. I'm afraid to pour the tea. Okay, what is it? What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm just all nervous today.
Oh, you're worried about Jack? You shouldn't have
He knows he's
down
not supposed to get out of bed. What do we need a doctor for? He doesn't listen to
But I
us.
shouldn't have had Mr. Murphy to
No, it's
come
not
over.
just-
It's only recently.
It's Stanley, it's Eugene, it's everyone.
I'm sorry about Laura. Jack told me what she said when
It's
she...
your purse, Blanche, she'll be ready.
Did Nora say anything to her new kid? I know she's been difficult these last...
Why is it always Nora? Why is it only your problems? You think you're the only one in the world who has troubles. We all have troubles, we all get our equal share.
I'm sorry. Give me...
Maybe you're stronger than I am. I don't know. You survived Dave's death. I don't know if I can handle it. If anything happens to Jack.
Nothing is going to happen to Jack. He'll be all right. He's still a young man.
He's strong. When Dave died, I cried for his loss. I was so angry. I was angry. Christ, until now when she must have flunked her plan. How did you do it?
I had you, I had Jack. But mostly you live for your children. Your children keep you going. I wake up every morning for Nora and Laurie.
Nora hurt you so much and you can still say that.
Don't you think we hurt our parents? But don't you remember how Mama cried when Celia left home? Sure it hurts, but if you love someone, you forgive them.
Some things you think. Some things you never can.
Is ice cream here yet?
Oh, no, darling. Didn't you go with Eugene?
No, I was across the street in the creepy house. It's just as creepy inside.
Well, Mr. Murphy's house, you were just in there? What?
Call me from the window, the old lady. I think it's his mother. Oh, she told me she had a letter for you. I had to go inside to
What
get
did she say to you?
it. She offered me a cookie, but it was all green. I said I wasn't hungry.
Dear Mrs. Gordon, I send you regrets for my son Frank. I tried to reach you earlier, then realized he had no phone. Frank will be unable to keep his dinner engagement with you this evening. Frank is in hospital as a result of an automobile accident last night. And although his injuries are not serious, the consequences are. As a devoted mother, I read this letter here and forward my apologies. Despite all my son's faults, honesty and sincerity have never been his failing. He wanted me to tell you the truth. That while driving a friend's motor car, he was intoxicated and was the cause of the aforementioned accident. The truth will come out soon enough, but Frank has too much respect and fondness for you to have to hear it from some other source. I hope you will not think I'm just a doting mother when I tell you my boy has a great many attributes. A great many. As soon as Frank can get out of his difficulties here, we've decided to move to upstate New York. There is a clinic that can help Frank and where we have relatives with whom we can stay. Frank sends, along with his regrets, his regard for a warm, intelligent, friendly, and most delightful neighbor across the way. Yours most respectfully, Mrs. Matthew Murphy.
He's not coming. He's in the hospital.
It was a sad letter, all right, but it sure was well written. Maybe I should have avoided Iowa.
I knew it. I said so right from the beginning, didn't I?
Why is he in the hospital?
He was in a car accident. Oh, God, that poor woman.
Does that mean you're not going out to
It
dinner?
could have been you in that car with him. I warned you the first day about those people.
Stop calling them those people. They're not those people. She's a mother like you and me.
And what is he? Tell me what he is.
He's somebody in trouble. He's somebody who needs help. For God's sake, Kate, you don't even know the man.
I know the man. I know what the role
What
was.
are you going to talk about? We found out there's something so special. We're all poor around here. At least we can be as charitable.
Charitable. What have I got I can afford to give away? Am I the one who got your hopes up? Am I the one who got you all dressed up for nothing? Am I the one they're going to lock up in a jail somewhere?
You're gonna put him in
Don't
jail?
talk to me about charity. Anybody else but not me.
I never said you were a charitable.
All I did was try to help you. All I ever did was try to help you.
I know that. Nobody cares for their family more than you. But at least you can be sympathetic to somebody in trouble.
Who should I care about? Who's out there watching over me? I did enough in my life for people. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Okay, say what's on your mind. What people?
You? Celia, Papa, when he was sick, everybody. You asked me what people? How many beatings from Mama did I take for things you did? How many dresses did I go without so you could look like something when you went out? I was the workhorse, you were the pretty one. You have no right to talk to me like that. No right.
But this is all about Jack, isn't it? You're blaming me for
Why do you
what
think
happened.
the man is sick today? Why did a policeman have to carry him home at 2 o'clock in the morning so your Nora can have dancing lessons, so Laurie can see a doctor every 3 weeks? Go on, worry about your penny across the street. Not about the ones who have to be carried home to keep a roof over your head.
So, Liz, what's going on?
Why didn't you ever tell me you felt that way?
I never had the time. I was too busy taking care of everybody.
Sir Blanche, what happened?
It took all this. It took something like that letter for you to finally get your feelings
I
out.
didn't need a letter. I needed for you to ask me.
Oh, Laurie, go upstairs. This conversation
is ready.
You didn't put the ice cream in the icebox. I need to talk to your mother.
I never spoke to the woman. She lived across the street.
If I could take Laurie and Nora and pack them out of this house tonight, I would do it, but I can't. I have no place to take them.
You told me stop staying
If I could leave the girls with you for another few days, I would appreciate it until I can find a place, and then I will send for them.
You're not sending for anybody. You're not leaving for anywhere.
I
don't want to hear this kind of talk.
Please, in Manhattan Beach, I can stay with her for a few days, and then I will find a job. I will do anything anybody asks me, but I will never be a burden to anyone again.
Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it! What the hell is going on, for God's sakes?
Two sisters having a fight they should have had 25 years ago.
You want to get it out, don't you? Get it out! Tell her what it is to live in a house that isn't yours.
To have to depend on someone else to put the food on the table every night. I know what that's like, because I lived that way till I was 21. Hey, tell her. What it is to be an older sister, to suddenly have to work and shoulder all the responsibilities and not be the one who gets the hugs and the affection when you're the only one there. Tell her, yell at her, scream at her. Call her names, tell her to go to hell for the first time in your life, and when you both get it out of your systems, give each other a hug and go have dinner. My lousy ice cream is melting, for God's sake.
What did it, Kate? Something terrible must have happened for you to behave like this. It wasn't planned for something else. What was it?
Tell the kids to come up in 5 minutes. We're eating in the kitchen tonight.
Don't stand me anymore and do this for 5 minutes.
It was the first day of my life that I didn't get blamed for what you said. I felt sorry for everybody, but as long as I wasn't to blame, I didn't feel all that bad. That's when I realized I had a selfish streak in me. Sure hope I grow out of it. Aunt Blanche is leaving.
For where?
To stay with some woman in Manhattan Beach. She and Bob just had a big fight. She's going to send for Laurie and Nora when she gets a job.
What did they fight about?
I couldn't hear it all. I think Mom sort of blames Aunt Blanche for not having to work so hard.
Did she say anything about me? About how I lost my salary?
You told her? Why did you tell her I came up with 12 terrific lives?
How much money do you have?
Yeah, I don't have any money.
Well, the hell you don't. You've got money in your cigar box. How much do you have?
I got $1.12. That's my life savings.
Give me all you got. I'll pay you back. Don't worry. Come on.
What are you putting all those things for?
In case I have to slip out tonight. I'm leaving, Chief. I don't know where I'm going yet, but I'll write you when I get there.
You're leaving home?
I'm going to tell Aunt Blanche what happened to my salary, and she'll know my mom was so angry. Tell her not to leave because it was all my fault, not Mom's. Will you do that?
I even made 10 worth of stamps if you want that too.
Sure. Thanks, Aunt. What's this?
The medal you won for the 100-yard dash years ago?
From the Police Athletic League? I didn't know you still have that.
David, you can have it back if you want it.
It's not worth anything.
It is to me.
Sure, you can keep it.
Where will you go?
I don't know. I've been thinking about joining the army. My pop says there'll be a war in a couple of years. I could be a sergeant or something by the time it starts.
If it lasts long enough, I could join too. Maybe we could get in the same
You
outfit.
don't go into the army unless they come and get you. You go to college. Do you give me a paper? You promise me you'll go to college.
I'll probably have to stay at home and work if you leave. You'll leave the money.
I'll send home my paycheck every month. A sergeant in the army makes real good dough. Well, there you go.
Well, what do you have to leave for?
Don't start crying. They'll hear you.
They'll get over it. They won't stay mad at you forever. I was mad at you when I
Because
got
of
home.
me, the whole family is breaking up. You want to see Nora end up like one of those
I
cheap
don't care.
water?
I'm in love with Nora.
Well, you should care. She's your cousin. Don't turn out to be like me.
What's so bad about you?
Take care of yourself. You ever write a story about me, you call me Hank. It looks like when they pick.
I guess there comes a time in everybody's life when he says, this very moment is the end of my childhood. I am a man. But I was a scared man. And lonely. I hated my mom and pop for making him so unhappy. I even hated Stanley because he left me to grow up all by myself.
Maureen, Eugene, it's time for dinner. I'm not waiting any longer.
And I hated her for leaving Stanley's name out when she called dinner. But I had to eat dinner anyway. And at dinner, I showed her how angry I was. I ate my dinner, but I left the table without having my ice cream. That'll show.
It's 10 o'clock. Where is Stanley so late?
Mind Stanley, you should have been in bed an hour ago.
Why won't you tell me what happened between you and that boy?
Tired, Jack. I had enough to deal with one day.
I want him to go to shul with me on Saturday. They stop going 3 or 4 weeks, they lose their religion altogether.
The house became quieter than I ever heard it before. Aunt Blanche was in her room packing. Pop and Mom were in their bedroom. I had to talk to somebody or else I'd go crazy. I didn't have much choice. Laurie, it's Eugene. Can I come in?
What do you want? I'm reading.
I just want to talk to you.
I didn't say yes, did I?
Well, I'm already in, so it's too late. What are you reading?
Signal by David Cromer.
I read it. It's terrific. I hear your mother's leaving in the morning.
We're going to as soon as she finds a job.
I can't believe it. I'm going to be the only one left here.
You mean you and Stanley?
Stanley's gone. He's not coming back. I think he's going to join the army.
You mean he ran away?
No, only kids run away. When you're Stanley's age, you just
Say
leave.
goodbye?
My parents don't even know about it. I'm going to tell them
I
now.
wonder if I'll have to go to a different school.
You'll have to make all new
I
friends.
don't care. I don't have any friends here anyway.
Because you're always in the house. You never go
I
out.
can't because of my condition.
You don't look sick to me. Do you feel sick?
No, but my mother tells me I am.
I don't trust parents anymore.
Why would she lie to me?
To keep you around. Once they find out Stanley's gone, they're going to handcuff me to my bed.
I wouldn't leave my mother anyway. Even when I'm older, even if I get married, I'll never leave my mother.
Yeah, Mr. Murphy across the street never left his mother, and he ended up going to Sing Sing.
None of this would have happened if my father was alive.
How did you feel when he died?
I don't remember. I cried a lot because I saw my mother crying.
I would hate it if my father died. Especially with Stanley gone. We'd probably have to move out of this house.
Well, then you and your mother could come and live with us.
So if we all end up living together, what's the point in breaking up now?
I don't know. I have to finish reading.
You don't get too far talking to Laurie. Sometimes I think the flutter in her heart is really in her brain. I went into Mom and Pop's room and broke the news about Stanley. The monumental news that Corralda's son had run off, probably to get killed in France fighting for his country. My mother said, go to bed, he'll be home when it gets cold out. I couldn't believe it. Their own son. It was then that I suspected Stanley and I were adopted. They finally went to bed. And I waited out on the front steps till it got cold. Stanley never showed up.
late.
I know it's late. We could have talked earlier if you didn't come home at 12 o'clock at night.
How was your dinner with what's his name?
Mr. Murphy, he didn't come. He was in a car accident.
Oh? I'm sorry. Is he all right?
He's got his problems like the rest of us. I was very hurt last night when I said goodbye.
I was late. Someone was waiting for me.
So was I. You knew it was important to
Mom,
me.
I'm not really...
You purposely left without seeing me. You never done
I
that.
saved all this for the morning.
I won't be there in the morning.
Then tomorrow night.
I'm leaving, Nora. I'm moving out in the morning.
What are you talking about?
Aunt Kate and I had a fight tonight. We said some terrible things to each other. Things that had been bottled up since we were children. I'm going to stay with my friend Louise in Manhattan Beach until I can find a job, and then I'll send for you and Laurie.
I can't believe it. You mean it's all right for you to leave us, but it wasn't all right for me to leave you?
I was never concerned about your leaving me. It was your future I was worried
It was
about.
my future. Why couldn't I have something to say about it?
I never made the decisions for the family. Your father did. Everyone always took care of me. Everyone. But I've been a very dependent person in my life.
That's all I'm asking for, to be independent.
You're independent. You don't take it at the expense of others. With that job you could be offered to you if somebody in his family hadn't paid for dancing lessons and then kept a roof over your head and clothes on your back. If anybody's going to pay back Uncle Jack, it'll be me. Doing God knows what, I don't know, but something, one thing I'm sure I will steal before I let
So I'm the one who has to...
one ounce of ingratitude.
So I'm the one who has to give up the one chance and may never get again. Is that it? I'm the one who has to pay for what you couldn't do with your own life?
What right do you have to judge me like that?
Judge you? I can't even talk to you. I don't exist to you. Yeah, I have tried so hard to get close to you, but there was never any room. Whatever you had to give went to Daddy. And when he died, whatever was left you gave to...
What finish? What you gonna say?
I haven't been jealous my whole life of Laurie because she was lucky enough to be born sick. I can never turn the light on in my room at night or read in bed because Laurie always needed her precious sleep. I can never have a friend over on the weekend because Laurie was always resting. I used to pray to get some terrible disease or get hit by a car so I had a leg all twisted or crippled. And then once, maybe just once, I'd get to crawl into bed next to you on a cold, rainy night and talk to you and hold you until I fell asleep in your arms.
I'm not gonna let you tell
Just
me
once.
that I don't love you or that I haven't tried to give you as much as I gave Laurie. God knows I'm not perfect because enough angry people in this house told me so tonight. But I'm not gonna be a doormat for all the frustrations and unhappiness that you or Aunt Kate or anyone else wants to lay at my feet. I did not create this universe. I do not decide who lives or dies or who feels loved or who feels deprived. If you feel cheated that Laurie gets more than you, then I feel cheated that I had a husband who died at 36. And if you keep on feeling that way, you'll end up like me with something much worse than loneliness or helplessness. And that's self-pity. And believe me, Nora, there's no leg that's twisted or bent that is more crippling than a human being who thrives on his own misfortune. I am sorry that you feel unloved, and I will do everything I can to change it except apologize for it. I'm tired of apologizing. After a while, it becomes your life's work, and it doesn't bring any money into the house. I will not go back to being that frightened, helpless creature that I created. I already buried someone I love. Now it's time to bury someone I hate.
I didn't ask you to hate yourself. I just asked you to love me.
I do, Nora. Why can't I make that clear to you?
I feel so terrible
Why?
because I hurt you. And I still want that job. Mr.
I know you do.
I can't have it.
How can I answer that without you thinking I'm still depriving you?
I don't know. Maybe you just did.
I hope so. Nora, I pray to God it's so.
I heard voices, I didn't know who it was.
I'm sorry we broke you. Okay, go on to bed, Nora. We'll talk again in the morning.
All right.
she all right?
Yes.
She's not angry
No.
anymore?
Oh, no. No one is angry anymore. I just explained everything to Nora. The girls will help you with the housework while I'm gone. Laurie is strong enough to do her share. I kept her being a baby.
There were never any trouble to be those girls? No.
I'll try to take them on the weekends if I can. It's late. You both use a good night's rest.
I feel badly enough about what I said. Don't make me feel any worse.
Everything you said tonight, Kate, was true. I wish to God you said it years ago.
What would I do without you? Who would I talk to all day? What friends do I have in this neighborhood? Even the Murphys across the street or anything.
It's the girls I'm thinking of. We have to be together, the three of us. It's what they want as much as
I'm
I.
not saying don't have it, but you're not going to find a job overnight. Apartments are expensive. While you're looking, why do you have to live with strangers in Manhattan
Louise isn't a
Beach?
stranger. She's a good friend.
To me, good friends are strangers. When you get the job, you get the apartment, I'll help you move. I'll help you look. I know how to bargain with these landlords.
You wouldn't mind doing that?
Oh, they see a woman alone, they take advantage of you. I'll see what they're asking for the Murphy place. Couldn't be expensive. She never cleaned it.
But Howie, it depends. And can I become if I could ride across the street from you?
Far enough away for you to close your own door and close enough to me so I'm not so lonely.
Okay. If I lived on the moon, you would still be close to me.
Oh.
I suddenly feel so hungry.
Oh, you never had dinner.
Oh!
Family of some eggs.
Now I'll do it. I'm an independent woman now.
With your eyes, you never get the eggs in the pan.
So, Aunt Blanche decided to stay while she was looking for a job. Nora went back to school the next morning, gave me a big smile, and her legs looked as creamy white as ever. Laurie was asked to take out the garbage, but she quickly got a flutter in her heart, so I had to do it. Life was back to normal.
Back to Greenblatt's, I need flour.
How much? A teaspoonful? Stanley didn't go home that night. And even though Mom didn't say anything, I knew that she was plenty worried. She told Pop how Stanley lost the money playing poker. From the sound coming out of the room, I figured Stanley should forget about the army and try for the Foreign Legion. Small. Bob's in the kitchen cooking. Pop's upstairs with his prayer book. What happened? Did you join up?
That's the physical 1, 2, 3.
Knew you would.
And they were giving me cigarettes, donuts, little sales pitch. I mean, they really wanted to.
Bet.
But just as I was about to sign my name, I dropped the pen, I stopped the call, and I said, I'm sorry. Maybe some other time.
How come?
Couldn't do it for Pop.
Eugene? Oh, Eugene!
What?
Oh, I need a pint of sweet cream and some more sugar.
Stanley's home.
In a 2-pound bag, I want to make a chocolate cake.
2-pound bag from Greenblatt's. On the identification.
Staying for dinner?
I'm staying as long as you'll let me stay.
Why wouldn't I let you stay? This is your home. Your father has been very worried. I think you owe him some sort of an explanation.
I was just about to do that. Hey, Pop, how do you feel? Sorry about not coming home last night. I know it was wrong. I just didn't know how to tell you about the money. And I know it doesn't help to say I'll never do it again, because I won't. Never, I swear. I got $3. Last night I went to Dominic's bowling alley and I set pins till midnight. I can make another 6 on the weekend, that'll make 9. I'll get the $17 back, I promise. I'm not afraid of hard work. It's one thing you always taught me. Hard work and principles. And that's the code I'm going to live by for the rest of my life. So, if there's anything you'd like to say to me, I'd be very glad to listen.
Did you read the paper tonight, Stanley? No, Pop. There's going to be a war. Terrible war, Stanley. I know. The biggest war the world has ever seen. And it frightens me. They're still not over the last one yet, and already they're starting another one.
We don't talk about it much in the store because Mr. Stroheim being German.
My brother Michael was killed in the last war.
I told you that. Showed me his picture in uniform.
He was 19 years old. The day he left, he didn't look a day older than Eugene. He was killed the second week he was overseas. You know? They didn't take me because I was 16, both my parents were dead, and I lived with my Aunt Rose and Uncle Warren. They had 2 sons in the Navy, both of them wounded, both of them decorated.
Well, Leon and Uncle Paul, right?
My brother Michael, 45 years old this month. Oh, he was a handsome boy, good athlete, good dancer, good athlete. I idolized him, like Eugene idolizes you.
No, he doesn't.
Oh. Hearing on his side with his friends, my brother this, my brother that. Brothers can talk to each other the way fathers and sons never do. I never knew a thing about girls until my brother Michael taught me. It's like that with you and Eugene.
Yeah. I tell him a few good things.
That's good. You like yourself, boy. I missed all that when Michael went away. That's why I'm glad you didn't do anything foolish last night. I was afraid maybe you'd run away. I'd be talking with Eugene sometimes about the army. That time will come soon enough, I'm afraid.
I didn't think about it. It was on my mind.
You must stand. There is nothing you could ever do that would be so terrible I couldn't forgive you. I know why you gambled. I know how terrible you feel. It's a foolish thing to do. You know that already. I've lost money gambling in my time, so I know what it's like. You did? Oh, were you so surprised? So you think your father's a perfect human being? Someday I'll tell you some other things I did that wasn't so perfect. Not even your mother knows. If you grow up thinking I was perfect, you'll hate yourself for every mistake you ever make. So don't be so hard on yourself. That's what you got a mother and father.
You're not hard on me. You're always fair.
You're a good son, Stan. You don't even realize that we've got men in our cutting room who haven't spoken to their boys 5, 6 years. Boys who have no respect for anyone, including themselves. Haven't done a day's work in their life, brought their parents a single day's pleasure. Thank God I could never say that about you, Stan.
I gambled away $17, and you're telling me how terrific I am?
Hey, don't get the wrong idea. Wait a minute. You were here last night when your mother told me I would have thrown you and your clothes out the window. But today I'm calmer. Today I read the paper. Today I'm afraid for all of us.
I understand.
After dinner, I want you to apologize to your mother and give her the $3.
I will.
You can apologize to your Aunt Glenn. She was worried about you, too.
I will.
And you can thank Eugene. He came into my bedroom this afternoon and told me how terrible you felt. The way he pleaded your case, it was like I had Clarence Darrow in the room.
Eugene's a terrific kid.
Upstairs, wash up, get ready for dinner. Tonight, I'm going to take you in the backyard and I'm going to teach you how to play poker.
Terrific.
Is Eugene back?
No, Mom?
You look tired. Did you get any sleep?
I got enough. I slept at a friend's house. Can I talk to you after dinner, Mom?
Where am I going? To a nightclub?
I'll wash up and be right down.
Stanley, you didn't join anything, did you?
No, Mom.
It's time yet. This family is growing up quick enough.
Yes, Mom.
It's all right. Everything's all right.
Said it wouldn't be, didn't I tell you? You'd be home. Laurie, call your sister. Time to set the table.
I just broke the world's record to blue bloods. Next year, I'm entering the grocery store Olympics. Wish me free pop.
My sweet dream.
Never spilled a drop. Perfect run. Where's Stanley?
He's upstairs washing up. Oh my God!
have jury duty next week.
Are you back in the family?
Yeah, everything's great.
Terrific. You want to take a walk to the boardwalk tonight, see what it's doing?
I can't tonight. I'm busy.
Doing what?
I got a poker game.
Poke, are you serious?
Right after dinner.
I don't believe you.
I swear to God, I got a poker game tonight.
You're crazy. You're genuinely crazy, Stanley. If you lose, I'm not sticking up for you this time.
If you don't tell anybody, I'll give you a present.
What kind of present?
Are you gonna tell?
No, it's my present.
Here. It's for you. Don't leave it lying around in the room.
What is it?
Open it. Slowly. Slower than that. Close your eyes. Now, look.
Oh my God, she's naked. You can see everything.
Don't you want to get caught with a thing like
Where
that?
did you get it? Who is she?
She's French. That's how all the women are in Paris.
I can't believe I'm looking at this. You mean some girl actually posed for this? She just lay there and let some guy take a picture?
Laurie, Nora, time for dinner.
It belongs to the guy who owes me $2.50. He says I can keep it until he pays me back.
Don't take the money, let him keep it for a while.
That's for you being a good brother.
Anytime you need a favor, just let me know.
Put it in a safe spot. Come on, it's time for dinner.
In a minute, I'll be down in a minute.
Kate? Where's Kate?
You know, Ron, you're always running.
It's from London. My cousin Sheldon. They got out of Poland. They're free, Kate.
Oh, thank God.
His wife, his mother, all 4 children, they're sailing for New York tomorrow. They had to sell everything. They took everything they could carry.
Where will they stay?
I don't know. I'm talking to him. Some of them are Leon, some of
With
them.
us, we set up beds in the dining room. It's easier to eat in the kitchen anyway.
The little ones can stay with Laurie and Nora and sleep with
Don't
me.
worry about money, Papa. Mrs. Stroheim had
They got
raised.
out. They got out. That's all that's important. They got out.
Eugene, we're all waiting for you.
Be right there, I just have to write down something. October the 2nd, 6:25 p.m. A momentous moment in the life of I, Eugene Morris Jerome. I have seen the golden palace of the Himalayas. Puberty is over. Onwards and upwards.